Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. The numbers for Green in last week's ball game: 5 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 40 now on second down. Dalton, he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mixon with a first down carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, here's Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Jannard Avery with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with,
If
right?
you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Now Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
To throw here, Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Well, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running. With terrific ability right now.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, 133. Well, Mike 34, Mike 34.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mayfield to throw it. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
16 yards, a 1st down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Mayfield now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hey, bud, 180. Get that quarterback, D-line. Up, 61, Matchbox Lights.
On second down now, it's Hunt, and that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Hey, Echo. Shoot.
Third and long for Mayfield. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might have locked it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Third down from the gun, Dalton. And Eifert has it. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Dalton here from the gun. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I know he ain't got it. Switch. Save. I got it.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Got a man open. It's Ross. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Joseph is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A first scoring update now from Carolina, and it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get in the weight room. Check the backer, check the backer. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You better be afraid.
From the 41, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They give him a gain of 38.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
1st and 10 from Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get this.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. Landry the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Andy Dalton now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. 30, the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery picks up his second sack. The afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. And the Packers have scored to move in front. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Check.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Let's go right here now. Real. Tighten up. Hey, check. Pistol.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. He may try and run. Touchdown, Cleveland.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still... ends up in the end zone.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Andy Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Terrence Mitchell. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Let's go, Heavy wants you back.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They run again with Hunt. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down, and on is Greg Joseph for the Browns field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. So Dalton now finding Green complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Dalton, 1st and 10. And the catch good. It's Eifert. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Dalton able to hit Ross. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now Dalton. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Push him back. Push him back.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you, son.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Browns, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.